what's going on, guys? I wanted to make a quick video on some of the recent live streams that the Backyard Sports channel has done, and just kind of go over some updates that I thought were a little bit meaningful, or some things that I wanted to just kind of add my 2 cents on. Just because these live streams are so long, I know that a lot of the fans that want some of these updates are definitely not sitting through the 3 hour to 4 hour streams and finding little nuggets. So that's what this video is for. I'll try to keep it as short as I can, but I did take down a couple notes on different things that I wanted to talk about. So let's get right into it. Jumping into the live stream, Lindsay jumps on right away.
Thanks. Every day.
Lindsay jumps on right away, and thanks to fans for all their continued support and just like sending in the feedback, right? Like the feedback is the most important part, and they're sending it to the dev team. The head of the dev team is going to jump on here in a second and talk about it as well. But again, keep sending feedback, keep putting it in on their ticket platform. I think you can find it in the Backyard Baseball or the Backyard Sports Discord. So yeah, keep up the good work. I'll let Lindsay kind of introduce
receiving and taking your feedback.
James here
to constantly improve. James, welcome.
Test. Hi, Backyard community. Does everyone hear me okay?
We can, but let me quick mute you, James. Can we just talk about how ripped James is? Holy moly, dude.
Today, thanks for jumping in and playing the game. You know, the entire MegaCat team, love it or hate it, we've been reading every single comment and review and pushing code and updates just about daily. We've already released several hot fixes.
And we've seen that, right? Like we've seen the hot fixes that come through. I made a video on one of the updates here. So again, he's just reiterating here what they've done, how they're continuing to make some great changes to the game and updates here. So James, kudos to them. And let me just also say real quick, how incredible is it that they're having one of the developers on stream and talking to the fans and the players? So I don't think I've seen that very often from any game studio. So again, with any negativity that's coming out on this game so far, and you know, people saying it might be bare bones or whatever, we're in good hands, people. We are in good hands. You have your chief marketing person over here, your CEO, the head of it all over here, Lindsay, who's just crushing all these interviews. She's the person that you want to be the face of the Backyard Sports. And then you have James, who, again, having the head developer come on. That's awesome. That's great. So we love to see that. We love to see that they're talking to the community and interacting. So awesome. We are in good hands. I feel like the future for Backyard is bright over here. Okay. So any issues you may have, hold on, because we are in a couple months, this game might be peak. So we'll see. Again, they're not really saying anything super important here. If you want to go back and listen to it, you can go to their YouTube page and actually read the and watch the video itself. Let me jump to the next time frame that I have marked out. I thought this was something interesting in regards to adding content.
But this is a true group of fans who wants to make Backyard Baseball great. And like we said, it's Backyard Baseball, not with a year behind it, because we're going to constantly be making this game to be as great of a Backyard Baseball as it possibly can be. And that means we're going to be listening to your feedback now. We're going to be listening to your feedback in a couple months, in a couple years. We are going to be constantly listening to what the fans want, because we all love it and we're fans too. And so, you know, I think what I want to let everybody know, and part of why James is here, is he is leading the development for this game with MegaCat. And I want everybody to know that we hear you and we are doing everything we can to give you the game that you deserve. And
okay, so let me just quick jump in here too. A couple important things. So one, obviously they have a good eye on the pulse of the fans and what the fans want. Their fans as well. They played the games. So I think, again, all that is so important as we move forward into the future here. But something important Lindsay said here, and this will tie into something that I'll talk about in a little bit, but this is Backyard Baseball. This is not Backyard Baseball 2026. I think that's a very key differentiation there. She is seeing this game as a platform and not a yearly annual release where they'll add new content every year. To me, that is a huge clue into what we might be seeing in the future here. So let me make sure I hit everything that I have in my notes. they're going to be adding more voice lines. I think that's kind of fun, and I'll have Lindsay say that out loud here so we can hear
I mean,
it.
these streams have been pretty iconic.
Let's see. It should be right here.
It's awesome. Yeah, we're actually adding in more voice lines, so that will be something that you'll be able to see pretty soon. So
okay, kind of fun. More voice lines coming. That's great. Just updates in general. Any update in general is good. Let me jump ahead here to 2220. I put a note down. Let me just make sure I got that.
Are working, but just to clear this up once and for all of the people that think that the card art is AI or any of the writing is AI, there is no AI used in this game. And James, I'd love for them to hear from you. All of the artists, all of the writers, all of the people, can you clear this up?
Yeah, we've affirmed no AI policy, and in general, there's never been any AI usage on any production assets for any game at MegaCat, including Backyard Baseball. But, I received some new card art today from some new artists, and, we've decided it was easier and faster to just err on the side of caution. And if the commissioned artist did use AI, that card update will be in one of the next patches coming up soon.
Yeah, but it is never anything that,
okay, let me just mute them there. Okay, I think we all can agree. Good, no AI usage. That's great. I think that's great to get that confirmed. I didn't have any problems with that, or didn't see anything like that in my playthroughs with the cards and all that. But there was a little nugget there in James's response. James said that he just got more card art to review. And, he's erring on the side of caution, so it might not be in the next patch. But he more or less confirmed that new cards are going to be added to the game as time goes on. He said if they get passed, they'll be in the next patch. So that's kind of a fun little confirmation there. And let me also quick say, in case Backyard Sports is watching this breakdown, which I doubt they will, but in case you are, please don't shy away from having people on your streams and maybe dropping little nuggets of information like this. The fans love this kind of speculation, love this kind of tease. We can kind of assume all of this is going to happen, but getting these little nuggets of confirmation is super cool and exciting. So please don't cut that out. Please don't stop people from coming on. I know Lindsay has been in a ton of interviews and Cody's been in a ton of interviews and on stream a lot. So, I don't want to be worried about 1 second clips now being hyper analyzed by creators now that the game is out and we want to know what's coming up next. And we're all hyper focused on the game. We love you guys. We love these updates. This is the hardcore audience that are watching these videos. This is like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes into a breakdown of a live stream. So this is only the hardcore fans watching and paying attention this closely. So thank you again for having these streams, having these people on. I think having these players on a stream is so cool. Having the developer come on and talk about the progress and updates they're making. Incredible transparency. We don't see it very often. We should, as fans, not take that for granted. And so, yeah, just wanted to reiterate that before any future changes are made to live streams, because we love this kind of stuff. We love this stuff. Okay, so let me jump back in. Let me let them talk. Confirmation of a big patch is on the way. And let me just try to get the timing down here.
Mega patch is what
From
we call
the
it.
mega
The
patch.
mega patch. The
Like
mega
Lindsay
patch.
and James said, we are going to continue to see those roll out. So
There's a mega patch coming.
a
So
mega patch.
a mega patch is what we
from
call
the
it.
mega cat
But
team.
I gotta ask you, what is your favorite?
Okay, again, mega patch. Mega patch is coming. That kind of also ties in with what James was saying about the new cards coming in. So in the next patch. So that sounds like a mega patch to me. New content coming soon. When could that be? I don't know. I don't want to speculate too far. I'll speculate towards the end of the video just to make sure that it's 100% my own opinions and theories there and not tying anything to what the studio and the team is saying. So, okay, let me jump in here. Okay, let me actually jump ahead real quick and then I'll jump back because I'll end with that final point. But at around 2 hours and 5 minutes here, we had a little moment with Cody.
Adam, Scott, Optic, Solid. Guys, just a blast. I think just the fact that y'all up on that scream and game. Great question, Master Payne.
What up?
I will tell you, DLCs are special. The DLCs coming are special. I think just the fact that we have a team that is willing to say we're going to continue to update this game for as long as possible because we want you guys to truly enjoy this for a long time. This isn't going to be a game that we release every year where, you know, you're having to buy something new. But I promise you DLCs are going to be fun. Yeah. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Yep, solid. We got special stuff coming one day. And it's sooner than you think. I'll say that too.
This young batter.
Okay, let me jump back in here. I muted myself just so I didn't talk over Cody. So let me just preface this too. You know, we kind of assume DLC is coming, right? We kind of assume DLC is coming. If it hadn't been confirmed already, now it is. But I mean, again, with everything that's been told to us and said to us, this is a long-term vision of a game. Lindsay just said it. It's not Backyard Baseball 2026. It's Backyard Baseball. So they're, I mean, think about it. In 5 years, if this game hasn't been touched by the developers, would anybody be playing it again or anymore? Probably not. Probably not that many people will be playing the game in a couple of years if nothing changes or nothing gets added. So you could kind of just assume in general that additions and changes are going to be made to the game. So Cody confirming it here is nothing new, nothing that we couldn't already figure out. I'm excited. If he's excited, I'm excited. It sounds like they have something cool cooking up. We're excited to see it. And he says sooner than you think. So again, kind of hinting back towards this mega patch. Is the mega patch going to include some of the DLC? I don't know. That's speculation, total speculation on my part. But you know, I think let's think about it, right? Let's take a minute and think about it. It makes sense when the game is launched for console to have another big update, to get another wave of players playing on PC and console together, especially if multiplayer comes out when console comes out. That might be a later thing too. But my guess is either a big patch will come live when console is released, or a big patch will go live when they figure out the online multiplayer and get that live. So that's kind of my timeline ideas. And we know console is coming later this summer. So between now and kind of middle of September, because I think summer ends in September, right? I'm not 100% sure on that, but sometime between now and then we'll have console release. And my gut feeling, speculation, is we'll get at least this mega patch they're talking about with console release, which may or may not bring additional content. I don't know. Well, that's yet to be seen. And again, we'll wait for the team to kind of talk about it a little bit more on their end. So there's that. Let me just jump back real quick to something that I wanted to end on here, because this is kind of like a long-term future, me speculating the future of Backyard and Backyard Sports. So let me just jump back here.
Just space for you to be a kid, for everyone to be a kid, even if you aren't one, right? And so that was a big part of where we wanted to go with bringing back Backyard Baseball, and hopefully more, right? That's why we went after the animated special. That's why, you know, we've continued to try to bring this in new places. So, you know, we're really excited about that. Got to get my boy Pete.
Okay, let me jump in now to just kind of wrap this up. And thank you, Cody, again, for just spending time and talking to chat. I think that's so important and so cool to see. So again, I should put a big disclaimer on the screen. I won't, just because I'm lazy in editing. But this is all my own speculation. This is all just kind of pieces of the puzzle that I think that we can put together if we're paying attention. So Cody goes on and says that, you know, they want to just keep expanding and keep going with Backyard. And they've already seen that with the animated series, or with the animated short. I kind of spoiled my own thought there. You know, there's dozens of different ways that they could expand the Backyard series. I think the most logical one, especially now that they've talked about it a couple times, is this animated short that they made. They want to keep that trend going. Maybe some sort of animated series, something like a Netflix picking this up and being like a Stranger Things type, you know, cartoon based on a show or a game here. That could be fun. But I think the main thing that we should be focusing on is this is the backyard universe that they are wanting to expand. What's the easiest way to keep expanding this? Is backyard sports. I think other backyard sports titles is in the long-term vision for this game and for this franchise. I would not be surprised if we see a backyard basketball, a soccer, a football, hockey. I'd be a little bit surprised just because I know that didn't get that much attention when it was released originally. I would personally love a backyard hockey. Sign me up to work on the game if you want anyone to be a fan on that game. I love that game growing up as a kid. But anyways, I think looking ahead towards the future, that is what we will see. More expansive backyard universe games. So get all the sports back in. Again, I don't think that's too crazy to think. I don't think that's a hot take by any means. I'm just trying to put some of these puzzle pieces together. Lindsay has said it in a bunch of interviews. Now Cody's reiterating it. They want to keep expanding. They want to keep growing. Obviously they do. They're a company. They want to keep this game going and keep the momentum and obviously keep making money too. So, looking at it from that perspective, I think we could almost guarantee more backyard content in some degree is coming. They're doing too well right now with other media activations. And I mean, even this Shopify pop-up store that they're at right now and streaming from. The game is just the beginning. I think we will see more games. I think we will see more content. I think this universe is going to kind of keep popping off. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see more live updates and where they go with the dev updates in the future. I will keep you posted here. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you liked what you saw. Drop a comment below if you want to join in on a conversation on the future of Backyard. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. And peace.